flight. Whiskey round table. Oh, Greg, Karen, and the whiskey wizard talking facts and tastings. They've got you covered. Whiskey round table. Oh.
Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts,
Big G.
Up North Rob.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
And Bourbon Bob.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. There were a lot of orders going on before the camera went live, so I was trying to listen to the orders and do my thing here. But it's all good. We're here.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us, Rob.
Yeah.
Hi, Rob.
How's
Good to see
everything
ya.
going up north?
Good. Trees are turning. Colors are beautiful, and probably going to be frozen ground pretty soon.
Is it me or is it like slow, late this year? Like
Seems
color
like
change?
Yeah.
I thought it was a little early. I mean, I know my leaves were falling for about a month already.
Yeah.
Maybe it was those copper spikes I was putting in the trees to kill them.
Usually it's mostly it's usually
Boy thing.
yeah. Well,
We've
I
had
guess
a lot
boy.
of wind, and anything that's changed has been kind of blown off right away. So
Yeah.
we haven't had real picturesque views.
You can use that cover if you want to.
Wow,
Brats
dead
in the
silence. That
house,
was quick.
yeah.
We got North Coast Jazz Ensemble with us today.
Hi, Al.
All
What's
right.
going on?
With his new nose.
Says you knows.
That was supposed to be a
I
secret.
said since your
Nothing's
nose
a
got
secret around
since
the
your
round
nose
table.
got bigger, I see your penis got smaller.
Would you get hit in the finger?
Whoa!
Oh,
Wow, really? 3 minutes in and there's already a dig.
Last time I saw a dick that small, it was doctor was holding it.
Oh my.
Yeah, nice. Oh yeah, black too.
Oh,
Beautiful.
we need a reverse camera.
okay. Well, hey.
Hey, thanks for tuning in.
All right, we'll see you next week, guys.
Hasta Winnebago. Yeah.
Anyway.
I was going to ask you, Rob. I haven't been paying much attention. I know you live close to the stadium. How are the Packers doing this year?
Oh,
Not
well,
good?
that there is a whole nother story. there.
Okay,
So,
no, that's fine. That's fine. I just hadn't heard anything this year.
we didn't
So-
lose. We didn't lose and didn't look bad last weekend.
Do they play the Browns this year?
No, it was a bye weekend last weekend, so we're
Oh, you look good. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
so we'll
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Rebuilding year is okay.
Rebuilding.
Yeah. we
Welcome to
know about-
Cleveland.
Yeah,
It's a
Yeah.
rebuilding year every year.
I can't complain about it around this company.
Gosh, yeah, we thought that was the team name for the longest time. The Cleveland Rebuilders.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland's a drinking town with a sports problem. I will say that till the day I die.
Absolutely. So what are you smoking, G? What do you got?
I'm smoking a CAO cigar. I didn't look it up, but there's a whole thing with it around the band. Has something to do with
Is it the rope? That one?
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
CAO. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the CAO.
How about you, Rob?
I have a Perdomo 20th anniversary.
Nice, nice.
Very nice.
I have.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
That's
sorry,
okay. No,
but
go
I got
ahead.
the Royal Havana
Okay.
Diablo.
Oh, hey.
Good torch and Big Dave's hooked me up again for the wedding. I ran in there with an emergency purchase, and God, if he didn't come through again, thank you, Dave, in Royal Havana.
Dave always takes care of us. Great
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. So, Karen.
And you were asking, I am smoking a Hawaiian Breeze. This is, I don't know. It's like a purplish, I don't know. It's a fruity thing.
Okay.
So,
Usually I can smell them, like the nice
Yeah.
aromas, but not, I can't
It's
smell
very
that.
similar to a Drew Estates series.
They are.
Very good cigar.
Well, Rob very graciously brought me some beer from Wisconsin, and it had like a cranberry taste to it. You hit it on the head when you said that upstairs, Kurt.
It's a Belgian red with a cranberry flavor.
Yeah, it was really tasty. I really
Does it
liked
actually have cranberry in it?
I do believe, yeah.
Yeah, cranberry gets into everything. Go to the store and look at the juice aisle. I mean,
Well, that is a fall flavor.
well, but you know, it's just everything's
It's
cranberry, cranapple.
We have a lot of cranberry flavored, cherry flavored, and apple flavored back home there.
Got you.
Up there
there.
north.
Up north.
Up north, Rob.
Up there.
Geez, were you gonna say what you were smoking, or I thought you raised your cigar like you.
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
Capulet.
Oh, okay.
What about
That makes sense.
Bert,
you,
what you
Mr.
got?
Santilli?
I still stand by the Judge, my father's cigar.
Yeah.
It's an excellent cigar. I've been smoking those lately.
What were you
The
smoking?
Judge.
Right now, this is just one of the Royal
Is that
Havana.
660?
Another Royal
660.
Havana house.
Nice,
Yeah.
big, fat cigars. You know, I know that's one of your go-tos.
It is. It is.
Is that the whiskey
Mine
round
too.
table cigar?
Excellent.
Yeah, I just didn't. I haven't had them banded.
Ah.
I just haven't had the time. But
It
it is,
happens.
it is what it is. What we got on the scroll, kids?
You know what? I haven't even looked at the scroll. I've been.
I'm not out there to be on the scroll tonight, so.
We got
Yeah.
Jennifer Boggs is out there.
Jen.
Hey,
yeah.
Jen.
We got Nord over here. Up Nord is over here with us today.
Lindsay's here, yeah.
Awesome.
On the show and on the scroll.
Well, what am I gonna say? You know.
All right.
Multitasking.
So there's times
Yes.
I can chat with somebody else offline here.
There
There
you
you go. That
Yeah.
worked.
Okay.
All right. Well, I cannot wait to roll into this bottle
Oh, yeah,
tonight.
this is-
So this is a story, right?
Oh yeah, and we're gonna let Greg take
I think it's
this
Greg's story.
I'm gonna get the story as best of my ability, and
Okay.
as much as he can remember.
if I need to be corrected, I'm sure I will be corrected, and that's fine. And so this was a gift bottle to a very good friend of mine from his wife, and I don't know if it's when they opened it or maybe they dropped it, and when they pulled it out of the box, it was missing a head.
Oh no.
I think maybe it was just
So
that mysteriously that's how it was made.
that's how, right. So long story short, we my friend he likes Blanton's. I'm not really a Blanton's fan, but he nursed that bottle for about a year and a half, and then it was invited some people over for New Year's Eve, and he happened to bring us one of the bottles he brought, and so we were hanging out and we had a group of people. We had a lot of fun. And in the course of getting to, like, I don't know, 5, 6 in the morning, my friend decides he's going to pour me the last shot of that bottle. But I didn't know that. And he didn't say nothing. So I said, oh man, I don't remember pouring myself a drink. And I took that snifter glass and I swallowed a portion of it. And the look on my face said everything. And I poured it right back in his glass, not in my mouth, but in the glass. I poured it right back in his glass. And I said, is that effing Blanton's? And he started laughing. He says, I thought you would know the difference. So anyway, as maybe a couple weeks went on, we're on vacation, so to say, and we're just hanging out and down here. And he says, you know what, Grady? I said, what's that? He goes, I'm going to give you that Blanton's bottle. So you guys, we start talking about Halloween and next year and all this stuff. He says, you can make that an infinity bottle, call it the Headless Horseman. I said, perfect. So here we are.
Yeah, great
Here we are.
idea.
10 months later.
And we almost forgot to do something, but I think we need to take a little ride on the
I
bottle.
was gonna say
can.
there had to be a bottle cam
Oh,
introduction.
Yeah, we're so excited to hear the story. But
Yeah, we'll be right back in just a sec.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
So there's the Headless Horseman.
yeah, so you got a close up of it there with the bottle
Yeah.
cam. So
So
Yeah.
we turned it. We took our good old time, and we created the infinity bottle, the Headless Horseman.
So
Nobody's got that bottle.
I don't like to assume that people know what infinity bottles are. So I just thought maybe, open discussion quickly, you guys could talk a little bit about what is an infinity bottle to you guys.
So my idea of an infinity bottle, and I'm gonna love when it's Doug's turn. It's gonna be great. Anyway, my brother from Texas was the one that turned me onto it. So he's very meticulous, and he would just pour anything left in the bottle, which was a shot or less, he would pour in the bottle, and so I started messing with that idea, and Can
I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How long ago was this? Maybe.
Oh Jesus, it's got to be 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
So anyway, start messing with the bottle and start doing the same thing. But I kind of, the first couple batches that I did, probably 3 different ones, I would put whatever was left in the bottle. I didn't care if it was tequila, gin, vodka, didn't matter. I poured it all in there. Moonshine, all kinds of stuff.
Schlevo.
Yep, Schlevovitz, all of it went in there.
Harry Buffalo Infinity.
Oh yeah. So we had some takers and some not so much, but I finally got my act together. I started.
Well, but I mean, interestingly enough, we did a blind taste test, your bottle against mine, and I had, in that time, I had only American whiskeys that I compiled. So you had tequila, you had
Scotch,
your anything goes mix, and you won. And that
You
pissed me off.
specialized in one.
I was much of a purist about it, and, and it wasn't until after you won that you told me, "Oh no, I put like
But that's the beauty of it.
tequila, vodka, whatever."
That's the beauty of an infinity bottle. You make it what you want.
Well, I
Because there
know,
will never be another one like it.
So I'll take my turn. To me,
Go ahead.
I thought I invented it like 15 years ago. But apparently I hadn't, but I just
And he
came
did the internet too.
to the idea on my own, and I started taking. I had a little container, and every time I was just about done with a bottle of single malt Scotch, I'd pour the last bit in there, and that was a tradition.
Let me ask you the same question I
Yeah.
asked Greg. How long ago did you start doing this?
Well, it's 20 years, maybe
Okay.
somewhere between 20 and 15 years ago.
Okay.
And then, so then I would get it full. Well, I had some friends visiting or go on my group, my trip every year, and they convinced me to let them try it. So I was like, okay, I'm not quite done yet, but all right. And so that became a thing on our trip every year. Somebody makes a compilation and brings it as one of the whiskeys. But so anyway, I thought I invented it, but at least I do 2 types, right? I do single malt Scotch every year, and I have a second one for any American whiskeys, rye, rye and bourbon. So,
They're good.
so it's just a lot of fun, and
It is.
like if you just want something to drink too quickly, so it's the nicest. You just pour some because you're always going to have something else. and
Always going to
just
change it
top
up a little
back
bit.
up. Yeah,
Exactly.
you're always changing it a little bit when you do that. And I never let it get totally empty. When it gets almost to the bottom, then I start over. So there's always a little bit of everything I've ever had in there. So yeah, it's a fun thing.
So do you? Let me ask you a question. Do you guys shake it together, or you just let it layer?
I might swirl it a
I
little
shake
bit.
every time I
would
put it
swirl
in
mine.
there. Anytime
Greg's
I put it in
pretty-
there, I shake it like.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
It's a shake weight.
yeah, it's shake weights. Sometimes I need 2 hands. But anyway, but
Access denied.
But it's like it stays like 65 degrees down here, like year
Yeah.
round.
Except today.
And what's that?
It's warm down here, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it
I
is.
don't know why.
Wisconsin Rob, man.
But
You're gonna heat.
oh yeah, but it's normally 65 down here year round, and maybe it's a little colder in the winter. But this is the best spot to have.
Yeah.
If you want to do wine, you want to have bourbons down here, cigars down here. It's perfect. Because it just like I haven't serviced this cigar humidor.
He's pointing to a humidor.
Okay, in probably 3 years, and it's still laying on the perfect temperature.
Perfect.
Humidified, yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for asking how I started mine.
Sometimes we just go rogue sometimes. No, go ahead.
No, I started mine.
Let me know, like, when did you start?
I started mine. Actually, I didn't start an infinity bottle. I started just blending different whiskeys. I'd have a bunch of bottles out there. Most of my parties I have.
Garlic, pepperoni, bologna.
Yeah, some of those. Yeah, no, we're not going to go into those. No.
Deer meat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so I
Okay,
bring
go
some
on.
weird ones, but all right. But we have the parties, and after you pour a few beverages, you start getting kind of, I wonder what this one would taste like with this one, and you'd start blending a couple different whiskeys in a bottle, in a glass, and pouring them. Oh, it's not bad, not bad. So then I started doing an infinity bottle, but it would be just strictly whiskeys because that's all bourbons. That's all I would have out there because I didn't do tequila at that time and I wasn't doing vodkas, so I didn't mix up a whole bunch of different alcohols in there. But I started just by blending in a glass because I was talking to a young lady at, God, this is a long time ago. It was a wine bar I used to go to called Budapest Blonde, and she was getting into just blending whiskeys, just kind of like the Japanese do their stuff. So that's what she started doing in her establishment, and then she would put a bottle together and start pouring out of it. And I said, "Oh, a bottle, that's not a bad idea." So I started doing a bottle, and then I started reading about infinity bottles, and I was like, "Hey, wait, we should start doing this." And then I started doing an infinity bottle. But I just didn't like the way they kept coming out. So I'm just going to leave the infinities to everybody else.
They're funny.
Some are really.
I would say you
good.
have good infinity bottles if you have good whiskey.
Yes, well, that's
Same
or rum
goes with
or
Scott.
tequila.
So,
But it might be something I venture into again.
so Greg, where can people get this?
They can't get that anywhere.
It's available at the Whiskey Roundtable table.
Out in the woods on a very foggy, wet day.
What's the
At
retail?
about
What's
2
the-
o'clock in the morning.
MSRP.
Well, it depends what's in there. Yeah.
We don't know the MSRP.
We have no idea. So
or
I
the
started.
proof, right?
I started when I was starting the infinity bottle. I was keeping track, and then I couldn't find where I put the paper, so I just kept right on going.
There you go.
So there's probably really 50 to 60 different shots in that bottle.
I would really like to benchtop distill one of those and see what the actual proof of your an infinity bottle is.
But I've got
Oh, yeah.
everything in there.
Up north, did you ever do a infinity bottle?
Greg introduced me to it, and I try, but in Wisconsin, it's a little. It's a interesting concept to not finish a bottle. So
Well,
it's,
Wisconsin's what, winter for 9 months of the year, and all you guys can do is sit in a bar and drink?
so it's.
Come on, Nort, what you talking
Yeah.
about?
But I will tell you, Greg's introduced me to many things, and Infinity Bottle is one of them. Wednesday night, we were up at Royal Havana with a good friend and brought in an Infinity Bottle, and I have to say that's probably one of the smoothest,
good.
best
That
drinks
was
I've
good.
had in a long time. It was amazing, eh?
I think a good, maybe a good way to go for you is just put the first small
No, I'm good,
bit
thank you.
out of the bottle into it every time. That way.
It could be, because I did learn something, and I've been doing. Because Bob said one time, you don't judge it out of the neck. So
Right.
those drinks we usually go through, and then I sample the bottle and evaluate it after I get out of the neck. So that's a good idea. That maybe this top's a
Well, it's
little
just
pour in.
yeah. I mean, just if you don't like putting that last little bit in your hammerhead.
It's tough because when you get to the end of the bottle, you forget to stop.
Yeah.
I'd like to
I've
know.
done it. That's why I started.
I'd like to
a
know
little
if
bit
Jen
off
has
the
done
front
wrong.
end.
I had
That would be
Because
interesting.
Jen
I
has
can
a
imagine
really
she has
good
I can-
palate on a lot of stuff, and
yeah,
she
I
drinks a
can
lot of good
imagine
stuff.
she didn't do
So
that.
Jen, you should probably try one for next year and send us a sample, please.
Yeah, push for
Care of Greg,
Yeah.
Whiskey Roundtable.
I'd like
Well, I hear
I'd like to
she
see
may
one
be-
next week.
Ah, hey!
Maybe here next week.
I'm just
Oh, but I
kidding.
think Jen would put together a good one with all the ones that she's tried.
Sure, very well.
Yeah, I was gonna
Now
announce that at the end, but
Yeah, see, we blew it.
Oh,
So
we
it's
blew
okay.
it.
What's
No,
that?
no,
I'm
Nothing's a
sorry.
secret-
We can
nothing's
mention
a
it more
secret
than
at the
once.
round
I didn't
table.
get the script.
No, that's
What's that? What are you talking about?
It was supposed to be a secret, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
No, it's not.
no, I just was. No, never mind. Moving on.
Hey, so
Bottle cam, though.
so okay, we got your guys's understand your guys's.
Your
Where did I
guys's.
learn to speak?
Uh,
We got your opinion. What? Solon, I know. Go Comets.
well, at least they beat the Browns. But anyway, go ahead.
Whoa. Hey now.
Everybody beats the Browns.
So I did a little research, found a little information that it actually started they think back in 18th century Spain, and it's based upon the distillery practice known as Solera, which they used to age and blending sherries and that, and they would take a little bit, keep topping it with new ones over and over again. And then in the 1990s, the whiskey distilleries started getting involved in that. And then it really took off, I believe, in 2012, when a YouTuber named Ralphie Mitchell went out on YouTube, and it really started getting...
When was that? Like around
2012? Started getting it going. So, for
So,
a lot of people,
that's about-
you guys
It was
started...
a little
you
before
were-
that I actually did mine.
You were,
but just-
yeah.
Just
you were
saying,
trendsetters.
I'm
You
just
were a
saying.
trendsetter.
Anyway, okay.
So maybe you did invent it.
Well,
Who knows?
Albert did a infinity bottle. He was having a party, having us over. I went over there and cooked the day after, and I called him, asked him, what do you need this and that. He goes, oh gee, I made this infinity bottle. So I'm like, okay, cool, man, I can't wait to try it. So I get there and I'm like, where's your infinity bottle? He goes, oh, I drank it yesterday when I made it. I'm like,
It's almost like a bar mat rail shot.
Right.
so I never got to try it. You have to try again.
All right. Yeah. All right.
What they say about the infinity bottles, there's a big difference between the way Solera whiskey and infinity bottles are, because there are no rules on infinity bottles. You can do whatever you
Correct.
want.
See, Doug? See?
No, I didn't say there were any rules. I just told
He was
you
a
what
rule
I
maker
do.
before there were rules.
I just told you what my own rules
He's a
are.
ruler person.
But
Yeah.
Compliance, safety.
yeah, there you
But he's
go.
metric ruler. He's a metric ruler.
Oh.
But you,
Wash your
what,
fingertip.
it is kind of fun that you can make
You were sitting on
rules
it. Okay.
and do what we
Yeah.
did a few years ago, and turn it into like a contest.
We are going to do one, right?
Yeah.
We just haven't picked
We'll,
the date.
we'll determine.
We're going to do another
If we can
blind
save it.
contest.
So there are some fellas that I drink with, and that when we do infinity bottle, we didn't call it that. When we blend whiskeys together, we call it a Canadian bottle.
Okay.
That's about right.
That's okay.
How did it get the Canadian?
Because everything in
Canadians
Canada is
are blended.
blended.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Now we can call it a Japanese bottle.
That's another good point, though. A blended Scotch always has neutral grain spirit in it. But when you do an infinity bottle, we're not doing that, right? So it's all whiskeys, and at least in my case. And I think anymore you haven't been doing the tequila and the
No, I actually haven't.
Moonshine.
That was the first and last time I did that.
yeah. So
But oh shoot, what the heck was I going to say? I don't remember.
We'll come back to you.
That's okay. But there are some do's and don'ts about making your own infinity bottles. They do.
Rules.
They just say be careful. If you're new to this, be aware of some of the strong flavors. Those strong peaty scotches are going to
Yeah.
overpower some of the other things
they
you're going
don't
to
play
put
well
in there,
with the whiny.
Don't start with the Malort.
or the flavored whiskeys.
I like Manor.
I don't even know if I know what that is.
I've
You
drank
will,
it
you will
several
lose your
times.
chair at the round table for that.
I've
Oh.
had it many times.
Ooh, no, once was enough.
I forget where I was recently, and somebody said, "What are you drinking?" They were passing around. I go, oh my god! I go, "What are you drinking?" I go, "Malort." I'm like, "Give me that bottle." They're like, "You're not going to drink that." I go, "Oh, I drank this many times."
And it is now available in Ohio.
Is it?
unfortunately. Yes.
Gotta get it.
Yes. No.
Gotta
What's the
get it.
proof on that? Is there like a high proof?
No,
or is
it's
it
like
just
80
terrible?
It's aged out of woodworm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like dead piece of wood with all the worms in it.
Oh, that
Those-
sounds.
the bird you like. That always.
Absinthe?
No.
No.
It's just
well, absinthe is wormwood.
It's just
but
bad.
that's
Is
I
what
had
it
it.
is.
I drink it. I like it.
There's
They
no
couldn't believe I
island.
was drinking it. I was like,
I think it's called the Chicago Kiss.
yeah,
or
something
Chicago
like that.
Hug, something like
Chicago
that.
Something. Yeah.
Because it started in Chicago, and it was just if you have one, you will never ever forget the taste of it.
It had to have been started on a
Okay.
dare because
It wasn't a dare.
I think they purposely
started
made
on
it.
a dare.
Started, yeah.
Oh, it did.
I don't
Well,
know.
anyway.
I'm just.
Let's get to the Infinity Bottle. Get off of Malort. 'cause
So anyway,
I'm getting
yeah.
that bad taste in my mouth from Malort.
But some people say you can drink from the bottle as you're building it
Of
up.
course.
Other people say wait until it's filled before you start trying it. Then they say, you know what? After it's filled, try a little bit, and then make some room, and then pour some more in there.
That's what I do. I check
Once
in
in
on
a
it
while.
every once
Once in a while, I will.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if the crew's here, we'll sample it.
I
But-
might go, oh, it's just a little hot.
Yeah.
And I'll try to
Something
consciously
else.
put things that are
Sure.
softer in there. You know, it's just a
See,
game.
I
It's
like
a
the
game.
idea of
It's a
leaving
game.
headspace in there for a little bit of
Yeah.
oxidation.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Well, I took it
I
up
still
to-
think it's
I took it up to not quite the neck. I took
Right.
it up there because I think that's what, when I looked at one of my Blanton's bottles, that's about where it was. So I took it to that spot.
All right, shall we try the horse?
Let's try the Headless
Any more
Horseman.
else?
Karen.
I do have a
sorry.
little
I'm
bit.
sorry, Karen.
No, some people say like only put in good bourbons or whiskeys because if you put in good things, you'll have a good infinity bottle. I've tasted some of the ones you've made, and you will put like, no offense to anybody out there, but you'll put in like some really terrible whiskeys, like what is that one that we always?
Sometimes that's good for the learning curve.
sorry. Was
Yeah.
that?
For
Don't
learning
tell me
curve.
he's ever put any
you
country
talking
gentleman or
Oh
whatever that
no,
was. Kentucky gentleman.
What do Charlie and
Kentucky
Michelle
Tavern.
drink that we can't
Oh,
stand?
I haven't put that in there in years.
Yeah, I know,
Velvet,
but
10
Black
year.
Velvet.
Oh, 6-year. Ugh.
That's already.
No,
That
but
is
I mean,
disgusting.
like, you know, like I said, there are no rules. Just, you know, do what you want to do, and it is fun
I-
just to kind of make contests and do for you know for fun.
I made a couple of really good bottles a few months back, maybe a little bit longer. Maybe it was this year, but I made a couple of bottles twice when I was under the gun. We were going to Royal Havana, and I was like, I'm just going to make some infinity bottles. But I did a couple that were most of the products I put together were Cleveland whiskey.
Yeah, I've done that too. I've taken.
Man, I tell you what, they drank every ounce of it. They're like,
I-
where did you get this? I'm like,
That was one of the ideas when I was blending the whiskeys in the glasses, is taking some of the apple, some of the some of the different finishes, and it does. The Cleveland whiskey products do blend or bode well to an infinity bottle. It just works
Yeah.
out well because they all start with the same base, and you just finish them different. So
Right.
you're just going to get that just minute flavors that are going to be amplified. So
They were good. Good stuff.
Bert, you got some?
May I interject just for one moment, please?
Sure.
I haven't heard anyone talk about balance yet. And for I'm speaking from personal
No.
perspective.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
When I've made my infinity bottles, I've ruined one, but like you said, there's a learning curve there. And I've over poured one or the other.
Yeah, it can
Yeah.
overtake.
I-
Take the whole bottle. You got to
I
watch.
found that if I even, no matter what whiskey I'm doing, if I do like a shot, for example, we all know one. There's a good balance of all the blends, I guess. What I'm saying, you're less likely to mess it up.
yeah, and then when you do mess it up, you split it into 2 bottles, and then you got to recoup it that way.
Right. Yep.
So.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So,
Are we
I
ready?
think-
well,
Yep.
after all this talking, I think we need to.
Let's get into this.
Okay, everybody's got
Right.
one out there. Doug, allow me.
Thank you.
Miss Karen.
Jennifer Boggs says she does have an infinity bottle.
All right.
I have an infinity bottle, but I agree half the time I just finished the bottle.
Thanks,
Good
Jen.
girl, Jen.
I will say it quite often, Jen and I, we do agree on quite a bit on the scroll area.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess Lindsay doesn't have one, but she's still trying to become a learner in the whiskey.
Yeah, Lindsay says that she thinks an infinity bottle is a nice homage.
Yeah.
Enjoying a dram from the bottle and toasting to the bottles that went into it and the memories made while enjoying them. Very cool.
Oh, that's a nice toast.
Very good, Lindsay. That's yeah. I
That
could
would
have said it
be a
better.
very nice toast.
That's a great note to get us into the.
First thing I want everybody to see how dark the char is.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color.
I took that into consideration.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Did
Yes,
you?
I did.
Most of them are the darker.
It smells sweet to me.
Very.
Oh yeah.
No,
Cinnamon.
no ethanol.
No, none at all.
No
Yeah,
ethanol
yeah.
at all.
So, Greg, I'm sorry, you
Sure.
started this New Year's
Right. Well. Yeah.
Day-ish,
Yeah.
and you just finished it earlier this month, correct?
I just finished it last week.
Okay.
Last week.
So a little bit over time, and
So me and my friend, we watched that bottle fill up. Oh yeah.
no.
Now we're watching it go away.
It's got a nice It's really got a nice bouquet, if you will. It's got I would say it's probably a pretty good mix of rye and bourbons.
Yep.
Sticks well to the glass. Got nice
Yeah.
legs.
Definitely,
It's
yeah.
it's
got really good-
definitely
yeah,
candy.
it's really
It's-
sticks.
there's a lot of baking in there.
Yeah.
I get a lot of cinnamon out of it.
Yeah.
I did have a little sample once I put the cork back on, and I thought I felt a little bit or got a little bit of dryness to it, but I don't know. I haven't had it now since, but
So
I mean,
do you remember anything that you may have put?
I did. There was a lot of things that I put in there.
Some of the
some
stuff we
Weller,
dug from the
some
show?
Weller products, some bottles that I have that you can't get, like Chestnut Farms and shoot.
Nothing like the
No,
Black Velvet. Nothing
single
that way.
barrel, Buffalo
Good
Trace
stuff.
single barrels in
Yeah.
there, Eagle Rares in there. A lot of the stuff that we've done on the show throughout the years in there. You brought a Jack Daniel's bottle, Blue Label, that's in there. That silver belly's in there. Jefferson's Rye's in there. I mean, those are
He's
Naked
there.
is in there.
We're looking at a
There's all
table of
kinds
bottles.
stuff. Is it Alice Cooper who's got the?
I don't remember.
We have one of the bottles over there.
No,
That's in there.
Bob Dylan.
Bob
Dylan.
Dylan.
Heaven's Door.
Yeah, Heaven's Door. Those were all some of the recent ones. There was some bottles we just cleared up that were on there. Wheat Penny was in there. Jim Beam Black, of course. We did.
That's a solid pour
we
itself
did,
by itself. I like that one.
Eddie Russell's. All the reserves in the special bottles are all in
Yeah, you
there.
can't
The
go wrong there.
13. that we did?
13 is
Yeah.
in there.
Yep.
So those are just to name a few, I guess.
That's a pretty good memory,
I'm
Greg.
trying to, because there's so much in here. It's easy to go. There's so many flavors. I'm just trying to treat it like any other whiskey.
Sure, me too. Me too.
I'm getting like what I get fruit wise is cherry, and then I'm getting more like maybe a hint of apricot or something, and then I'm mostly getting I still the obvious caramel, but there is that. I don't know. It's baking spice, cinnamon, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's no oak, no smoke.
I don't get a lot of oak on the nose.
Yeah, you said
here,
like
but
peach or mango.
Yeah,
You know, I kind of get
maybe
some of that in there.
a little bit of tobacco.
I mean, it is really sweet smelling. It does smell. There's a lot of very sweet, not even fruit sweet, almost sugar sweet.
You guys ready
Almost
to dive
kinda-
into
Oh,
it?
I've been
almost
ready.
kind of
Oh, let's do
candy.
it.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. Good.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, there's literally layers
Uh huh.
in there. I could feel like the smoothness,
I get-
the sweetness, and then the heat punch, but it wasn't a hot heat, and then it went back away again.
A little honey.
It's like a
Awesome.
snozzleberry.
I got a little,
It's a
like
little
I
bit of
said
everything.
cherry and I said tobacco on the nose. It kind of hit me like that, like
I
a
didn't
cherry
get.
tobacco.
I wouldn't. I didn't get tobacco. I would say what. One of the names I don't ever really use, but I would say a little bit of that wet leather.
Mm-hmm.
You know that when it's when you get that smell from when your leather.
Would it be red? Wet leather?
Not
Hey
red.
now, hey now.
It's dark brown, son.
Hey. Not anybody can just pull off a red leather jacket,
This
all
is
right?
very true.
Anybody can wear
I
black.
think you and Michael Jackson are the only two.
What do you think there, pal?
Impressive. I was thinking of a Rush song and the fragrant smell of Pakistan leather, and that's what Bob's got on. I
Get a little leather out of it too.
yeah, little leather. Something about when you
Can
said
actually
sherry.
smell the leather.
There's a little bit. Something had a little sherry.
Yeah, there's like a red wine background.
It was
of
probably
course.
something that was maybe aged in
Port,
sherry.
port,
stave,
or
yeah,
sherry
yeah.
cask.
Yeah, because there is a wine sweetness to it.
Right.
I'm getting a lot of pepper.
Yeah,
a lot of fresh pepper
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
delightful on the
bacon spice for
burn.
sure.
Yeah.
The tongue still tingles after that first pour.
Black pepper on the finish.
The finish is nice on there. Tongue feel is nice.
I get just kind of. This is the second time I tasted. No disrespect, and just keep throwing it around in my tongue. I get like dark grape.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a
On the
distinct
finish.
sweetness.
There's a
And
lot in
distinct
there, man.
pepper.
I gotta ask the expert here.
What do you got, dog?
The Canadian blend by.
So I get the hint of apricot and the light flavor, but it's reminiscent of if you ever had Captain Black pipe tobacco.
That's what I was
Wow.
saying.
Very
Yeah,
dry.
like the- yeah.
Wow.
Not the fresh,
yeah.
not the fresh wet stuff, but a real
Yeah.
dry. That's you get that hint in the
That's
undertones.
Leather, tobacco. I think
Yep.
everybody's
The
we're
smell.
definitely getting something.
The
in that.
taste of the smell of the
Yes.
Captain Black.
but
Yes.
in a good way.
Oh, wow.
It's,
Yes.
it's a, you
Yes.
know, when whiskey gets had just enough of that.
You get that rye. That
Yeah.
rye's kind of full.
Oh yeah, yes, it is rye
Spice there.
forward.
You know.
Bert, you got anything you want to add to this?
Well, is that what you handed me? I want to make sure that.
Yeah, do you want some more?
Sure what you handed me.
You want some more?
Sorry.
No, here.
Albert's shuffling glasses over there for those of you who can't see him.
In addition to everything that everyone else, I would just say I was surprised about the smoothness.
Yeah, there's like a nice
Pepper and all that. It's pretty smooth.
a nice finish on there. It's like just enough to go, hey, I want another sip.
It's not hot, but it's got a long warming
Long
finish.
It has a very long finish.
Cheese, what do you think?
Long finish, very drinkable. And there's just a lot of flavors there. It's hard to pick them all up, quite honestly.
Yeah.
But it's got, you said no ethanol, it's got a bite.
A little
It's-
bit.
It goes away pretty quick, though.
But it's a long finish. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't burn.
It's not
but
a
there's
burn.
a long
Yeah.
finish.
That's probably the hottest I would ever like it.
Yeah, it's not
Right
very
there,
high
makes sense.
proof.
Right there,
I mean,
yeah.
it's
Doesn't taste like
no,
it.
it doesn't taste very high proof at all. I mean, there's no ethanol smell or taste,
I agree.
in my opinion.
There's a
I-
little,
I-
I'm
I-
with you. There's a
ethanol.
little.
It's a
a
little hot.
little.
It's a little hotter than it's not hot. I like it, but it's not
I would.
ultimate smooth. It has some ethanol for me.
Here, try this. 114.
No,
It's smooth to me.
No, I mean this is really again the word is delightful.
I
It's-
judge my ethanol, and if it kind of tingles my nose and it's almost going to make me sneeze.
Right.
That's what I call like a ethanol-y. But when I can smell that and get some ethanol and doesn't bother me at all,
good.
I call it a subtle.
Yeah,
More of a
but
subtle.
the ethanol is something that I enjoy. I enjoy that
Yeah.
taste of it, but it can't be overpowering, and it's not. It's just the right amount of the ethanol, the pepper, the fruits that we're pulling out. You know, almost like a honey sweet, but
Right.
it's not as thick.
You get. I like how you
it's-
get the sweet, a lot of the sweet flavors up front, and then it kind of dries out.
Right.
You get that tobacco we talked about.
What does the manufacturer say about the tasting notes?
Goes
Oh,
in
that's
there.
right. We don't have one.
Yeah, let's hear what the.
That's
what are
the
official-
Oh, manufacturer
Okay.
Greg.
Right
Yes.
So he has the official tasting notes.
Those were a lot of it, but there was a lot more. But
Yeah, no, I
just
think
took our
this is.
time.
You do.
Just,
I don't know what it is. You know, it's just like your cooking. Doesn't matter what you cook. I could hate it anywhere else. You cook it, it's great. Your infinity bottles come out the same way. Any infinity bottle you've done, and I'm not just saying
Oh,
this.
he's not going to make it through the door now. We keep blowing his head up that big.
Every infinity bottle he has done that I've tried has been awesome.
Yeah,
I would
this is
concur.
It's a good smooth drink. And you could sit and drink that just by yourself. Hey, I mean, that's a good.
Oh,
I think he's trying to hint.
but they're best shared with friends.
They are, but
Drink
you know,
responsibly,
yeah,
folks.
it's,
A
it's
good
for
drink.
friends. So you guys get out of here.
if I bought that bottle,
Yeah.
A.
and
Hey,
it was
Wisconsin's
okay,
close to
remember
Canada.
Hey, drink to that.
I mean, if that was an $80 bottle, I'd buy it again.
100%. It would be worth an $80 price point.
right.
So,
I'll
Greg,
sell
are
it to you for
you
50.
are you brave enough?
It's half
Are you-
gone. 25.
What's that?
Are you brave enough to let us rate this?
Sure.
Do you want, and we will
I'm
let
going
you go
last.
first.
I'm
Oh, you
going
want to
last.
go last?
You want to go last? Okay.
Hang on, tight. Stop.
Uh-oh.
You're first.
Jeez. Oh, and he spilled some on his shirt.
Oh,
Good
no,
going.
you didn't. What are you thinking, Cheese? He's got to get
He's
another
got to take
sip
another
just
sip.
to see.
Blow by blow.
There's so many flavors I can't really pick out what I like the most about it, but
Do you want us?
it's a heavy hitter. I like it. I mean, we're like, what is it? Up to 5, right?
Right.
Yep.
I'm like,
You can just say it's
I'm
good.
like
your honest
4
opinion.
4. I like
Wow.
Damn.
That's a big score.
That's good because that's going home with you today.
Well, I got 4 or 5.
It was mine and your deal, and you're taking the rest of it home.
in my
Minus one more pour.
There you go.
Well, make that 2 more.
Make that 3 more. Ah!
All right.
Bert, do you have a
Everybody's
score
getting
I
that you
did
have
put a
in
little
mind?
water
Or?
in it, and you can taste more. The
Bob?
depth of flavor is better when you put a little water
All right,
in
we'll
it.
try a
Ooh,
little
good
bit of water
idea.
in there.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to do it, raw, so to say.
Yeah,
so-
that was a very nice bottle to share. I appreciate the friendship of the round table to allow us to share this.
Bert, your
It
score.
was,
That's good.
it
What
was
do you?
I'm right out there. I give it a 4.10697.
Is that pi?
No, that's 3.14.
10697.
Doug, do you want a little more?
I'm so good right now, but I probably will.
Since we're
Nope.
doing guests
I gotta
up north,
try it.
4.10697 for
Yes, sir.
Albert. Very good.
Even again, it's really good. I'm gonna sell it 4.2.
Wow.
Yeah, that is really good.
Greg, you said you wanted to go last, correct?
Yeah, I want to go last.
All right, well, I'm going to go. So using our scale, we always say if it's a 4, it's something you must have on your shelf. I agree, it's definitely in that category. I'm going to go with a 4.3. 4.3.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go next.
Okie dokie.
Enjoyable pour, great for something that you can't reproduce. I'm at a 4-1. Seriously,
Thank you.
it is
Okay.
delightful. It is something I wish that we could reproduce.
And Doug?
Okay.
What you got, Doug?
I gotta be in there too because, if it was in as we said earlier, I think this was commercially available and I tried it. It is something I would want to have, so I'm giving it a 4.0.
Very nice. Well, they are commercially available. You just gotta
Well-
blend them together. a
Well,
certain
yeah.
way.
We'll never get this.
Yeah, we'll write down the recipe later.
This is a one of a kind.
A, again with the A.
Eh? All right. So, what does the chef think of his own meal here?
I'm gonna give it a little bit higher rating.
You can't go to 6.
I'm not going to. But so the reason why I'm going to give it a little higher rating is the whole story. So it was a great idea. It wasn't my idea. It was a very good friend of mine's idea, and he'll take that bottle home. But just the journey, if you will, of having fun and we get to taste it a little bit here and there, and if not, we pull some of the other Infinity bottles out, different things like that. So, with all that being said, I'm a 4-4.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
That's a solid.
You and Cheese are right there.
I almost had a tear in my eye with your explanation because that was very touching.
That was great, and
It
I
was.
think Lindsay really did touch, on that too.
But I mean, it
Yeah.
is. I mean, like you said, from my perspective, the hobby of bourbon, it is a journey.
Sure.
It is something that you have to share. It's not just something you pull a cork, pour back, and hey, that was good. Okay, go ahead. You have a lot of memories with a bottle.
This is probably the only bottle I've ever done as far as doing it on the show. Obviously, me and Doug did a bottle for one of his trips, and that was a good time too.
Yeah. We did do the one contest
Yeah.
that I mentioned, but
We did
this is
the
first we've ever
Scotch.
featured
Yeah.
it as our
Yeah.
tasting.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are the two big things. Me and Doug had a lot of fun putting that together as well.
I can
Me and
attest to a lot of
Cheese,
went into this.
we always bust each other's chops about whiskeys and all this other stuff, and it was just a good time. And every once in a while, we try a little bit of it, and we only did it maybe once or twice.
And I think we have to say that this is a lot better than what was originally in that bottle.
Absolutely.
Amen. Story. I feel. Listen, everybody watching, I apologize that that's in that bottle, but anyway.
No, I really think being headless makes it a better story.
Right.
Oh,
That's cool.
I mean,
that was all him.
The
man.
container that
was
you
all
put
him.
it in does make a good story.
And it is Hollow Whiskey Month, so,
So
it's
drop
Oh,
some
Hollow
other
whiskey,
shit- Drop some
nice.
other stuff at home
Very
so we can
nice.
have something
Yeah.
else for next year.
No, but that I mean, I think the only thing that would be better is that if y'all try one at home, make sure you keep a log of what you put in there, just because when you
Right.
tell the story,
you'll be happy you did.
you'll be happy that you know a little more paperwork on it. Yeah, just put a Post-it note next to it.
That's
This is
a
what I
good
did
idea.
when
Right.
because your story is interesting on there. Yeah, I got a little of this, a little of that. Yeah, it's good. I love it. I would like to know how I could reproduce it,
Well, and I know we're
but
trying
you
to,
never could.
we're trying to keep it to 45, and we're right there.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But I think that's a great idea, and not
All right.
only like where did you get the bottle, but the story around
Right, that bottle.
that
Okay,
goes
so
with it.
Who
This
you
is-
were with, and go as deep as you want. I mean,
This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh no!
I figure a challenge.
Okay.
You have a sound bit for
Everybody,
challenge?
everybody from the Whiskey Roundtable, and if anybody else wants to get involved with this, well, I don't know how you're part of the show anyway. So, Albert, you've been very quiet today.
Al, you want to sit over here for a little
You
bit?
just gotta be careful with that. If you drink too much, you're liable to lose your head.
I
You're
just
stupid.
I'm-
So what we're gonna do?
Little late.
What we're gonna do? Y'all have till mid-January to figure it out. We are going to all do starting in January. We're all going to start an infinity bottle.
Okay.
I have
We'll
a
figure out
perfect
some way.
decanter that I'm going to start mine in.
All right.
There you go.
So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do. And anybody who wants to get involved, you want to get involved again. You want to get involved with whatever. But let's do it. I mean, it's just something.
And maybe like June we do a midway trial.
A little trial, that would be awesome.
You know, just halfway to finish.
Yeah. And
a
then we
great
can
idea.
score each other's.
Yeah.
We can score each other's and be honest.
Oh, that's
And,
going to be a long show,
There will be a long
and
show.
we will sleep here tonight.
Awesome. Awesome.
So we take a little bottle cam look at what we're going to do next week.
Yes. So you mentioned it is Hollow Whiskey Month, so
Yay!
you got a bottle just for that
Yes.
for next week.
Yeah.
So let's see what it is.
We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
Yeah, so Old
Our-
Bones.
Yeah, they're all excited. They're all talking about the what are the rules? What are we gonna do? What do you want?
Oh, Jen's in.
I knew Jen would jump right in.
Jen, you have to be in on that one.
Yeah.
So,
So Old Bones, you started to say.
Yeah,
so
yeah, 10-year-old rye, and I'll just say it was scored a 93 by Whiskey Aficionado, their rating system. So we'll see, but that doesn't influence us here on the Whiskey Roundtable. We'll give it our own.
Because we players, bro. We
Yeah,
players.
exactly. It'll be up. We'll see. We'll see if it's that good, but it definitely fits our theme. So
I'd just like to thank Rob for
Yeah.
being
Rob,
here.
thanks for
Thanks,
coming
Rob.
out.
It was good
Thanks
to
for
see
driving
you.
down to do the show.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
It was a great drive down here for this, wasn't
Sorry
it?
the company you had today, but that's all right. Yeah. Could have stopped it.
It's okay. He lives here. Can't,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's always here.
As we said, Jen Boggs will be a guest with us next week.
Awesome.
That's the plan.
Nice.
I think she'll be driving home from a conference with Shauna, and that'll be good timing.
Good deal.
They'll be able
Perfect.
to stop in. So very good. So again, if you're watching, we're talking to the choir, but if you do miss a show, don't forget to watch it later, even if you don't make
Like
it
and
live,
subscribe.
because it's all those views that count and help us want to keep this thing going. So we'll leave it with a quote before we sign off. Tonight's quote comes from, of course, W.C. Fields, who's contributed a lot of them. Once during Prohibition, I was forced to live for days on nothing but food and water. So.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Oh my goodness.
All right, G, take us out.
All right, kids. Hey, thank you very much for watching the show today. Hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna have fun here starting next year again when we start getting into these infinity bottles. But we're gonna have a good time. Until then, we'll catch you next week. We are your hosts, Big G.
Up north, Rob.
Lord Rob, Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard.
Bird and Bob.
All right, kids. See you
Cheese
later.
and Bert are here, too.
Cheese and
All
Bert.
right.
Have
Peace.
a great weekend. Be
Great
safe.
week, everybody.
Peace and love, baby.
Bye bye.
We'll see you.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee. If whiskey